Hold up. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris are out here throwing hands over Kendra Robinson's messy little secret, and this tea is scorching hot. Imagine waking up, minding your business, and suddenly your entire relationship is getting dragged through the mud for the whole internet to see. Kendra really has these men acting out, and let me tell you, it ain't looking good for Kirk or Mendeecees. Now, y'all know the drama on Love and Hip Hop Never Takes a Day Off, but this time? Oh, it's explosive. Mendeecees just found out about Kendra's scandalous affair, and let's just say, the man snapped. Threats were made, text messages leaked, and Kirk? Well, let's just say he's not taking this lightly. But the real question is, who's to blame here? Is Kirk finally getting a taste of his own medicine? Is Mendeecees about to expose some receipts that'll have Kendra running for cover? And most importantly, who is this mystery man that has Kendra risking it all? Grab your popcorn because this story is wild, and trust me, by the end of this video, somebody's career is getting cancelled. Alright y'all, buckle up because this one is about to shake the entire love and hip-hop universe. If you thought past seasons were messy, trust me, this latest scandal is on a whole other level. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris beefing over Kendra Robinson's affair? And guess what? This ain't just some social media rumor. This is real drama, real threats, and real consequences. Now, let's be real, Kirk ain't no saint. His past is filled with cheating scandals, secret babies, and enough mess to fuel an entire reality TV series by himself. But for once, he's not the one getting put on blast. This time, it's his wife, Kendra. And let me tell you, the irony is heavy on this one. See, Kendra has spent years defending Kirk, standing by his side through scandal after scandal, preaching about forgiveness and second chances. But now, phew, the tables have turned in a way no one saw coming. And at the center of it all? Mendeecees Harris. So, let's break it all the way down. How did we even get here? It all started subtly, no big exposé, just a slow buildup of receipts, whispers, and some seriously shady behavior. Y'all remember Jasmine Blue, right? The woman who turned Kirk's life upside down when she exposed that he had a whole secret child behind Rashida's back? Yeah, Seichi is the one who set this entire thing in motion. Jasmine started dropping cryptic posts on Instagram, subliminals about women being just as sneaky as men and how the truth always comes to light. At first, people thought she was just being messy, maybe trying to drag Kirk back into some drama. But nah, sis wasn't talking about Kirk, she was talking about Kendra. And when people put two and two together, the internet exploded. Screenshots started circulating like wildfire, DMs, messages, even alleged hotel bookings that linked Kendra to another man. And not just any man, Mendeecees. At first, folks thought this had to be fake. I mean, why would Kendra be messing around with Mendeecees? But then, more details started coming out, and things started making a lot more sense. Apparently, Kendra and Mendeecees have crossed paths multiple times, and not just at industry events. People started digging into timelines, and what they found? Suspect as hell. Word on the street is that Kendra and Mendeecees were spotted together at a private dinner in Atlanta a few months ago. Now, at first, it seemed like just a friendly meetup, but then folks started noticing how nervous they looked when cameras were around. Then there were the so-called business meetings Kendra had that just so happened to be at the same locations Mendeecees was at. Coincidence? Or something more? And then the DMs leaked. Somebody, allegedly from Kendra's circle, leaked some spicy messages between her and Mendeecees. And y'all, they weren't talking about real estate or taxes. These messages were intense. We're talking about late-night check-ins, secret meetups, and some straight-up flirty exchanges that made it very clear this wasn't just a friendly relationship. And the wildest part? The timestamps lined up with times when Mendeecees was supposedly working on his marriage with Yandy Smith. Now, let's talk about Yandy, because you know she wasn't about to stay quiet on this. Yandy went live immediately after the messages leaked, saying she didn't believe any of it and that people are always trying to come for her marriage. But here's the thing. Something seemed off about the way she said it. Normally, Yandy is confident when she shuts down rumors. But this time, sis was rambling. almost like she was trying to convince herself as much as she was trying to convince the audience. And that's when folks started digging even deeper. Some fans went full FBI mode, pulling up old interviews where Yandy talked about past issues in her marriage. And suddenly, things weren't looking so stable after all. And then, Kirk caught wind of what was happening. Now, Kirk Frost is known for staying quiet when it comes to his own scandals. But this had him pressed like never before. At first, Kirk thought it was just internet gossip. But then, he got a call from someone inside his circle, telling him this wasn't just a rumor. When Kirk confronted Kendra about it, sources say it got ugly. Allegedly, Kirk blew up on her, demanding to know if she had been stepping out on him with Mendeecees. And Kendra? Sis didn't even deny it at first. She just walked out and refused to argue. And that is when Kirk went full damage control mode. He started calling people, trying to get ahead of the story. He even reached out to Mendeecees directly. And let me tell you, that conversation did not end well. According to sources, when Kirk pressed Mendeecees about it, things got heated. We're talking about yelling, threats, and at one point, Kirk straight up told Mendeecees he better not step foot near him again. Mendeecees, on the other hand, he wasn't backing down either. Allegedly, he told Kirk that if he keeps talking reckless, there will be consequences. And y'all know what that means. Things are about to get serious. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, boom, another bombshell dropped. While Kirk and Mendeecees were out here arguing like two uncles at a family barbecue, a whole new set of receipts leaked. And this one changed the game. See, up until this point, there was still room for doubt. DMs, alleged meetups, nothing solid. But then the photos hit the internet. And when I say photos, I mean Kendra and Mendeecees together in a way that left zero room for misinterpretation. One picture showed them at a high-end Miami resort, sitting way too close for just business. But the real gag? Another picture showed Kendra walking into Mendeecees' hotel room at 2 a.m. Now, somebody please tell me, what kind of real estate meeting happens at 2 in the morning? This scandal is just getting started, y'all. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is telling the truth? And do you think Kirk is finally getting a taste of his own medicine? Let's talk about it. Out of town on a business trip? Yep, that's right. M's own wife was out here grinding, handling business, while he was allegedly sneaking around with Kendra. And when the photos hit the blogs, social media lost it. Fans started dragging Kendra, calling her a hypocrite for always judging Kirk, yet here she was doing the exact same thing, just even sneakier. And Kirk? Oh, he was furious. Sources say he completely lost it when he saw the photos. And guess who he called first? Yandy. Now, let's pause for a second because this is where things took a turn no one saw coming. Instead of just exposing everything to Yandy, Kirk allegedly tried to strike a deal with her. Yep, a whole deal. Because apparently, Kirk didn't just want revenge, he wanted power. And how did he think he could get that? By convincing Yandy to team up with him. Allegedly, Kirk told her, "Look, if we both come out and expose them, we control the narrative. We make them the villains, we make ourselves the victims, and we let the world drag them." At first, Yandy was hesitant, because say what you want about her, but she's always been careful about her public image. But then, more messages leaked, showing M saying some reckless things about Yandy behind her back. And that was the last straw. The leaked messages showed M complaining to Kendra about how Yandy was too focused on her career and how he felt neglected at home. And if y'all know Yandy, you know she wasn't about to let that slide. The second those messages hit the blogs, Yandy went live, and this time, she was letting it all out. And when I say all out, I mean she exposed M like never before. She talked about how she's been the only one holding down their family, how she basically raised their kids alone while M was locked up, and how she sacrificed everything for him, only for him to turn around and embarrass her like this. And from the way she was talking? Phew. She made it real clear that if M thought she was just gonna stand by and take it, he had her all the way messed up. Now, here's where things got even crazier. You'd think Kendra would lay low and wait for the storm to pass, right? Nope. Kendra decided to get bold and go live herself, to clear her name. And when I tell you this backfired immediately, I mean immediately. Because instead of denying anything, Kendra got on Instagram Live and started talking about how women shouldn't be judged for their mistakes the way men get away with everything. And while she was saying all this, guess who popped up in the comments? Rashida. Yes, that Rashida, the woman who has stood by Kirk through every messy cheating scandal. And Rashida simply commented, "Girl, please." And that one comment? It broke the internet. Because if Rashida, the woman who has defended Kirk through everything, was calling Kendra out, baby, you know Kendra messed up. At this point, Kirk was done playing games. Sources say he pulled the ultimate power move. He kicked Kendra out of their house. That's right. Kirk reportedly told Kendra she needed to pack her bags and get out until she could figure herself out. And y'all know Kirk, he's been caught in some of the messiest scandals ever, but he has never kicked Rashida out. So the fact that he was willing to kick Kendra out? Phew, this was serious. Meanwhile, M was out here silent, probably realizing his whole marriage was about to fall apart. And then? It happened. Yandy officially filed for a separation. That's right, Yandy reportedly told M she needed time apart to reevaluate their marriage. And if that wasn't bad enough for M, Kendra started talking to the press. Because while Kirk and Yandy were out here trying to take control of the narrative, Kendra wasn't about to go down without a fight. She started telling bloggers that Kirk was no angel either, that he's had secret relationships behind her back, and that if she goes down, she's taking him with her. And now? It's an all-out war. Kirk and Yandy versus Kendra and M. And let's be real, y'all know this isn't ending quietly. Because if we know one thing about these four, they're all way too petty to let this go without a fight. And now that legal documents are being filed and Kendra is threatening to air out even more secrets, baby, this ain't over yet. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any messier, Kendra dropped a bomb that changed everything. After Kirk kicked her out, after Yandy filed for separation, Kendra decided she wasn't just gonna sit back and let the world drag her name through the mud. So what did she do? She started spilling tea. And baby, this tea wasn't just hot, it was scalding. Because Kendra didn't just stop at exposing Kirk's past dirt, she went after Yandy too. Kendra got on another live stream, and this time, she came with receipts. She started exposing all the times Yandy allegedly stepped out on M over the years, talking to other men, getting a little too close to certain business partners, even implying that Yandy might have had her own side piece all along. And then? She said something that shook everybody. Kendra looked straight at the camera and said, M was never faithful to Yandy. And Yandy? She knew. She just played along for the cameras. Phew. You could hear a pin drop after that one. Because if that's true, that means the perfect love story Yandy and M have been selling us all these years? And the internet? Baby, the internet went crazy. People started pulling up old interviews, old love and hip-hop clips, old IG posts, trying to find proof that Yandy had been covering for M all along. And let me tell you, the things people found? They made things even worse. Fans pulled up an old 2018 interview where M was asked, "Would Yandy ever leave you if she found out you cheated?" And you know what he did? He laughed and said, "Nah man, Yandy ain't going nowhere." Excuse me? So this man knew he was messing up and was confident Yandy would never leave him? Oh, the audacity. At this point, Yandy had it. Because between Kirk trying to team up against M, Kendra dragging her name through the mud, and fans pulling up old clips making her look like a fool, she snapped. She got on Instagram Live again. And this time, she wasn't holding back. She said, "I stood by this man when he had nothing. I took care of his kids. I ran the business. I held him down while he was locked up. And this is how he repays me." And then, she said something that shook the internet. She said, "Y'all want to know the truth? M has been begging me to stay. But I'm done. I'm free. And I should have left years ago." Baby, Yandy said she's free. And if that wasn't enough, she took off her wedding ring on camera and threw IT across the room. Do y'all hear me? She threw the ring. At this point, M had no choice but to respond. But guess what? He stayed silent. And you know when a man suddenly gets quiet after years of being messy? That means he's guilty. But while Mendeecees was out here ducking and dodging, Kendra was still talking. And let me tell you, she wasn't just talking to talk. She was hinting that she had even more receipts. Yep, even after all the drama that had already unfolded, she made it crystal clear that if Kirk and Yandy kept coming for her, she was going to leak everything. And when I say everything, I mean it could be career-ending, reputation-destroying, and straight-up messy. Now, let's be real for a second. Kirk has skeletons in his closet bigger than his entire mansion. We all know this. And if Kendra was serious about exposing him, that could ruin him for good. So, what did Kirk do? Did he lay low? Did he let things blow over? Oh no, baby, he went full damage control mode. Suddenly, Kirk was all over social media posting these overly lovey-dovey messages about Kendra. You know the type, those long captions that are way too much for a regular Tuesday. He started talking about, no relationship is perfect, and we're working through things. Boy bye. The internet was not buying it. I mean, just 2 days ago, he kicked her out. Now he's working through things? Please. The backpedaling was loud. But hold on, because the final bomb hadn't even dropped yet. While all of this was happening, while Kirk was out here trying to rewrite history, some legal documents got leaked to a gossip blog. And y'all, these weren't just any documents. These were divorce papers. Yep, you heard that right. Yandy had officially filed for divorce. And if that wasn't already enough, she listed infidelity as one of the reasons. Let that sink in. And Dees can act silent all he wants, but now? It's on paper. The marriage is over. The craziest part? The papers were filed on the same day she threw the ring. Phew. Sis was not playing around. So now it's official. Yandy and Mendeecees? Done. Kirk and Kendra? On the verge of exploding. And let's be real, the way things are going, this ain't over. Not even close. Because if there's one thing we know about love and hip-hop drama, it only gets messier from here. And with Kendra still threatening to drop more receipts, Kirk scrambling to clean up his image, and Yandy finally free from Mendeecees? Baby, 2025 is about to be the pettiest year yet. Mark my words. And just like that, boom. The entire love and hip-hop universe just flipped upside down. Yandy's done. Mendeecees is exposed. Kirk is sweating. And Kendra? Oh, she's just getting started. But let's get into it. The real question here is, who's really to blame? Is Yandy finally getting the freedom she deserves? Or was she playing the long game this whole time? Did Kirk just take the biggest L of his life by trusting the wrong person? And let's not forget about Kendra. Because let's be real, she came with some receipts. But was it all for revenge? Y'all, we need a whole panel discussion on this one. Drop your comments below, because this is no, scratch that, this is a wildfire of drama, and I need to hear your thoughts. And if you thought this tea was hot, oh, baby, you already know we stay on the heat. So, make sure you're subscribed, notifications on, and ready, because this story? Far from over.